Hello, everybody. Long time no see. My name is Matt. We are back for a reaction to the Anduin finale fight cinematic for World of Warcraft. I figure, I'm not really doing anything with Warcraft anymore, and I still don't support the company, and I'm not playing the game. Fortunately, unlike good storytelling, I can just watch the cutscene every 9 months, and I'll know what's going on. So this is what happens at the end of the Anduin boss fight in the Sepulcher, the first ones, which just came out today. I just saw that this went up, and I don't know what's going to happen. I just haven't even seen reactions to it yet. But what I do know is that Arthas should be involved, because in the boss fight, I guess Arthas is the spirit inside Anduin that's corrupting him and letting him be controlled by the jailer. I don't know how or why. I guess we saw Arthas get thrown into the maw by Uther and Devos in the beginning, but he had presumably been cleansed of the Lich King's influence based on the end of his cinematic in Icecrown, where he says, Father, is it over? Who knows? The writers don't even remember 2 expansions ago, let alone Wrath of the Lich King, so I have no idea. But I think Arthas should be involved in this. I know in this fight is Jaina, Uther, Sylvanas. I think Bolvar's there too, but I don't remember for sure. A lot of characters who need resolution from Arthas or with Arthas. So I hope we get that. I don't know how Anduin's going to be freed, because we've been told domination magic is like unstoppable, and we need to free Anduin to figure out a way to resist it. But then how are we going to let Anduin, how is Anduin going to be freed before we know how to do that? I don't know. I guess we'll see, but enough theorizing. I have no clue what's going to happen. I'm kind of just watching the car crash, because this is Shadowlands, and this is the worst Warcraft's ever been. But we're going to see in 3, 2, 1, go.
Do you not understand? This one is bound to me.
Anduin!
Fulfill your final purpose. Annihilation. The fate of all who carry my blade.
Why was Sylvanas the one running for him?
My son. This blade does not belong to darkness. It was forged by valor. And also
What?
by honor.
Why is Sarfang
Its
here?
legacy and ours are with you, even here. Now, let it be finished.
Well, he said the thing, let it be finished. So the nonsense explanation is okay, because we got the emotional moment, let it be finished. So it was... I guess Charlemagne's still okay.
Arthas. Is this all that remains of him?
The last flicker of his scarred spirit, consumed in the forges of the jailer.
No crown, no throne, not even a soul left for judgment. I hated you, hunted you, and with each selfish act became you.
Wow.
That is my burden to bear.
They actually said what we've been saying for...
But your legacy is at an end. Be gone then, Arthas Menethil. May the last whisper of your name fade and be forgotten.
I did like the Lament of the Highborn and Arthas' theme mixed in there for a second there. Wow, that was it? Well, congratulations, Warcraft. You didn't make the worst thing in the world, so I guess that means it was amazing. At least that's how the internet's going to treat it. It wasn't the worst dog shit I've ever seen, so it's going to be amazing, because that's how low the bar is for Warcraft. So, let's see. Bolvar wasn't there, I guess. I guess I misread who was in that fight. Sarfang and Varian's spirits are there, even though both of them should be, like, permanently destroyed. Or Varian, at least, got, like, literally fucking disenchanted at, like, a soul level. So he should be gone. I have no idea if those are supposed to be, like, their actual spirits, or if that's supposed to be representing, like, an inner, like, Anduin's inner strength coming through to help him save himself, and it just manifests as his father, which makes sense. But then Sarfang? Like, I don't know why Sarfang's there. Anduin and Sarfang interacted for maybe, like, 10 minutes in total in Battle for Azeroth, and Sarfang felt so shoehorned in there and unnecessary and out of place. Because it's not like Anduin's like, oh, I feel so much for Sarfang. He was like, dude, get your shit together because your faction's destroying the world. That's like what the Battle for Azeroth relationship was. It's not like he loved Sarfang or he like was best friends with Sarfang. I just don't... It felt ruined seeing Varian and then Sarfang immediately after. Like, just because Sarfang, like, held his sword once, or, like, honor, to make a callback to one of my last videos, where Sarfang's like, honor, and Anduin's like, oh, honor, and Sarfang's like, oh, honor, we'll work together, honor. It's like, I don't know why he was there. That felt out of place. Jaina had, like, half of one sentence. I guess her relationship with Arthas just doesn't matter as much as Sylvanas complaining about Arthas again and again and again and again and again. I guess I'll give them the barest minimum of credit and say they finally admitted that Sylvanas has just become Arthas. Too bad that doesn't go anywhere and is not going to matter when she gets forgiven and then has to go into the Maw and save the spirits that she sent there, I guess. Because that's apparently the fate of her. To just get away with it, but have to go save the people she sent there. So I don't... Like I said, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, so congratulations. You've surpassed my expectation of making it worse. You didn't make it worse, you just kind of made it... I don't know. I really don't know what else to say about this. Uther didn't get any interaction with the spirit of Arthas. Like, this is just like completely off the cuff, but I've been thinking about this knowing that Arthas is in the Anduin fight and thinking like, how are they going to save Anduin? There's got to be a way that they're going to save Anduin because obviously we know he's saved. How are they going to do it to make it make sense? And just having Ghost Dad and Orc touch the sword to break it apart, I don't know why that helps him break the influence of the jailer. I don't know why that is what does it. That doesn't seem to make any sense. But the way I had always been picturing it in my mind, it was like, okay, well, we know Arthas is in the Anduin fight. You see him part of one of the... I don't know if it's an intermission or a phase, I can't remember, but you fight against the old Lich King model. So I was like, all right, it's going to be Arthas. And so at the end of the fight, Anduin's going to be like almost dead or something. But Arthas is still going to he's going to forcibly take control of Anduin's body and continue to force him to fight. And that's when Jaina, Uther, and Sylvanas are going to show up and be like, Arthas, it's time to stop. Go and have your rest. Not that he deserves to go to the heaven or whatever. Have your rest as in just enough of this. Because clearly, at the end of Icecrown Citadel, Arthas doesn't want to be the Lich King anymore. And he's kind of like, oh, at long last, it's finally over. I'm finally dead. So I kind of wanted the three of them to be like, Arthas, it's over. It's finally over. You can stop. And then having that and then you'd actually see him. He wouldn't just be a fucking wisp floating there, which doesn't make any sense. You would see him and then he would have a realization oh, I'm being used again by the jailer. And then he would basically leave Anduin's body of his own volition, and then he dissipates into nothingness, and then he's gone. And, like, he willingly leaves Anduin, and that's how Anduin's freed. Rather than Anduin just breaking out for no reason, and, you know, it would give a moment for Jaina to have some kind of small moment with Arthas, and Sylvanas could have her moment, Uther could have his moment, because he just gets ignored in this cinematic. He's there as, like, the narrator, basically, as if his whole story didn't involve around him. I don't... Anything would have been better than this, but it wasn't the worst, so I guess... I don't know. I think the reason I know that people are going to hate this, because Arthas was treated as a plot point. He was treated as, like, a plot device. He was not even treated as a person with sentience or anything. And I know Arthas has a lot of fans. I don't hate it because I never liked Arthas, and I've been on the record many times saying I don't like Arthas. I don't think he's a good character. I don't think he's a good villain. I never thought that he was a good character or a good villain, so I don't care about him in that way, but I know some people are really gonna hate what they did to him. And also, like, again, all of that to give Sylvanas another moment to her just complain about Arthas again. It's like, why didn't Jaina get a moment to say something? Why didn't Uther say anything? Like, you could have made that scene 30 seconds longer, and Jaina could have had a comment, and Uther could have had a comment. Because both of them are just as involved with Arthas as Sylvanas is, but they don't get anything. I don't know. Apparently, I think this is the longest cinematic in 9.2. I think that means the jailer one's going to be like 1 minute and 29 seconds. I think even Blizzard knows, like, we got to get the fuck out of here. Just throw the jailer in the garbage. Just get the fuck out of here. God, get out of here. So, I guess we'll see what happens with that next week. But, yeah, those are my thoughts about this. Still not coming back. Even though I have certain friends that are playing the game that I didn't know about and are now pressuring me to play it. I will not. I'm having fun just doing bonus stuff in Final Fantasy XIV, and I'm really enjoying Elden Ring right now, like the whole world is. I know I'm a broken record now that after 1 million people have already said this, but Elden Ring is fucking amazing. So I'm doing that and having fun with Final Fantasy XIV. I've been doing fishing lately, which is shocking notion. If you actually bother to put in a fishing mini game for your fishing profession, fishing can be pretty fun. Rather than just clicking fish and then clicking a bobber, if you put time and thought into that, it can be a good system. So I'm enjoying ocean fishing a lot, and my fisher is at like 84, I think. So almost. I'm trying to get the mount and the pet. So anyway, I guess I'll be back next week. I did say I wouldn't be covering Warcraft stuff anymore. I should have brought this up at the beginning of the video, but I feel like just reacting to a cinematic is not... Everyone already hates Shadowlands. This is not going to save Shadowlands. Like, as much as people like Bellular really, really want to, like, over-congratulate Blizzard for not shitting on the floor and then slipping on it and falling in their own shit, that means that they're amazing, like he seems to act like all the time, but this is not going to fix WoW. This is not going to fix Shadowlands, so I don't feel any... And Blizzard's still on fire. They did get bought by Microsoft, so we'll see what happens there. But the story is still trash. The gameplay is still crap. It's still shoved with MAU mechanics. And it's just, I hate it, and I hate what it's become. But I feel like reacting to cinematics doesn't really affect anything in that way, so I don't feel bad. And I'm making money off it, so fuck you, Blizzard. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, but... Hooray, you didn't fall face first into your own shit that you slipped on. Good job, I guess. You still shat on the floor and fell. See you guys.